Welcome back to Rookies on Rookies. I'm Grace.
And I'm Amelia.
And today we're super excited to talk to you about midterm rentals.
So as you may know, travel nursing has boomed since the start of the pandemic, and this has increased the popularity of the investing strategy of midterm rentals. If you haven't watched our first video on how to find a good market for midterm rentals, it'll be linked in the box below, and I would absolutely recommend that you go and watch that first. So today, Grace and I are going to break down how much it costs to rehab and furnish a midterm rental for a traveling nurse.
And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you have any questions, let us know below. So the deal that I'm going to talk to you guys about today is my very first travel nursing unit in Cedar Rapids, Iowa. We bought a fourplex, and each unit was a 1-bed, 1-bath, and they rented for $525 as a long-term tenant. And this was a little bit under-rented. And for a midterm rental with a travel nurse, we could get $950. We did have to pick up the utilities, the Wi-Fi, and a higher vacancy, so it wasn't all complete cash flow. There was more expenses, but clearly a big difference. For our rehab, the great thing was the unit needed rehabbed either way, and the rehab was the exact same as if we were going to put another long-term tenant or a midterm tenant in. So all in, we ended up spending around $3,100 on the rehab. We got a new kitchen, paint, and fixtures. We spent $1,200 in labor and about $1,900 in materials. Once we were done with rehab, we had to furnish it. I only had like one day to get all the furniture together before my nurse was moving in. And I actually had some of my friends helped me, which was huge. And we spent all day furnishing it. And we bought things from primarily Facebook Marketplace, Walmart, and Amazon. And we spent $2,600 on all of the furniture. So all in, we were in this unit for around $6,000 to turn it into a midterm rental.
Okay, so my units that I've turned into midterm rentals are in an 11-unit apartment building in Des Moines. They're small studio units, and they each rent for a long-term tenant about $700 to $750 a month, and that's including all utilities. With a midterm tenant in there, I can get closer to $1,200 to $1,300 a month, including utilities, plus the additional cost of Wi-Fi. So there is that additional cost, like Grace said, but I'm still making quite a bit more for those units. I recently completed my 4th midterm rental unit on that property, and it's cost me around $2,000 to $3,000 to rehab each of those units. And same with Grace, whether or not we had a long-term tenant or a midterm tenant, we were going to need to do those upgrades anyways. And then for furnishing a studio, it cost me between $2,000 to $2,500. And you can obviously save money buying things on Facebook Marketplace or Craigslist. But at this point in my investing journey, I've started to order more things off of Amazon and Target because I just don't have the time to be running around trying to find things on Facebook Marketplace. So one more midterm rental that I have is my rental arbitrage unit. That is a 2-bedroom unit, and I spent around $1,700 furnishing that unit. And the reason I was able to keep costs so low was because I used some furniture at my own house that I was never using anyway. So we put that in the unit, and I also sourced most of my furniture from Facebook Marketplace. If I were to have ordered that off of Amazon, my furnishing cost for a 2-bedroom probably would have been closer to $4,000. So if you're on a budget and you have the time, definitely take a look at Facebook Marketplace to source your furniture.
Absolutely. I do the same thing, and I try to keep my 1-bedrooms around $2,000 to furnish and my 2-bedrooms around $3,000 to furnish. That's a really good price range to be in if you can kind of be scrappy and use Facebook and get some of those bigger items. Now we're going to give you some actionable tips if you're looking to get into midterm rentals yourself. The first one is, remember, this is not an Airbnb, so you don't have to buy everything luxury. But at the same time, you want your tenant to be comfortable and cozy, so definitely splurge on things like linens, beds, and couches.
And another tip that goes along with that is make sure that you do not skimp on buying blackout curtains. Many travelers are working the night shift, so they need to have darkness during the day. So make sure that you're buying blackout curtains for those units.
Another really great tip is to leave all the cleaning supplies that you would like to see your tenant use, whether that's rags, mops, brooms, vacuums, disinfectant. Hopefully, if you leave it there, they're going to use it. And you know you have to clean between the tenants anyway, so it's nice to have it there and it's not a huge budget buster.
And the last tip for staying on a budget is searching Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist, and going to tag sales, estate sales. You can find a lot of good stuff there to help keep your budget low.
One of my favorite lines on Facebook Marketplace to help me stay in my budget is I message people and I say, hey, if I pick it up today, would you accept this? And that's how I try to save a little bit of money on my bigger items. So when it comes to furnishing your midterm rental, you definitely want there to be everything that your tenant is going to need to live comfortably and cozy. So that's all the furniture, kitchen utensils, bathroom linens, other supplies. Anything else you'd add in there, Amelia?
I would say that the main big items you should focus on are a comfortable bed and bed frame, a comfortable couch, dining table and chairs, and a dresser. Make sure you have a dresser in there for them so they can literally just move in and bring their clothes.
And a couple of other small things that I like to throw in there just to make the place look really cute is some decor, some storage bins, and anything else I think that might be helpful, but also not going crazy with my budget. Thanks for watching. We hope you got some helpful tips about how to furnish your midterm rental and how much it's going to cost. Make sure you watch our first video on midterm rentals if you're trying to figure out what market to start in.
And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. We'd love to hear any questions that you have down below. And also follow Grace and I on Instagram where we post about our midterm rentals, Amelia Jo REI and Grace.investing.
Thanks. See you guys soon.
Bye guys.